All right, welcome back. I have with me Patriot J, a 23-year-old law student, political operative, and a hip hop artist. Patriot J, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Jesse, how are you, man? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm sorry that we had to hold you over like that, but I had to clear up those calls first.
That's okay. That was some good entertainment.
I appreciate your patience. And so, tell me about. Are you based in California?
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Southern California. I've been here pretty much my entire life.
And were you raised by both parents?
For the first 4 years of my life, and then they split up.
And do you have a relationship with your father at all?
Yeah, definitely. I talk to him almost daily.
Oh, good, man. And I also read that you support Donald Trump, the Great White Hope.
Yeah. I was a big fan of Donald Trump.
And are you still a fan of his?
Yeah, 100%. I was a little disappointed just by the last 2 weeks of his presidency, but I mean, he still was a net positive for the country.
And what were you disappointed about in the last 2 weeks of his presidency?
I feel like he just kind of got played by the system, and I felt like he got kind of walked over towards that last couple weeks.
So you feel bad that how did he get played?
Just by the election and all the irregularities and the fact that nothing ever got through the court system, nothing ever kind of came to light. And I feel like we're kind of living under an illegitimate president right now.
Oh, so do you blame him for that, the Great White Hope, or who?
A little bit just for maybe his lack of preparedness.
What could he have done differently?
That's a good question. I don't know, honestly, just because I'm not privy to what he was. I'm sure there was all of this stuff going on behind the scenes.
Right. But he was trying to expose it. He did everything he could to show what was going on, and he didn't have any help in doing that. I don't know why you would be disappointed in him, because you can only do so much.
Right.
So are you a conservative?
Yeah.
Have you you've always been a conservative?
No, so I'm black, so the default is like Democrat. I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
So I was pretty far left up until my first year of college. I took an introductory logic course, and that kind of flipped the switch and made me think things objectively. And then I took that course right as I turned 18, so I was going to be voting in the next election. So I said, let me check out what the other side has to say. And then that's when I was kind of wooed to the conservatives.
And what type of reaction, if you got any, from your parents when you became a conservative?
My mom is kind of apolitical, so she didn't really care too much, but she gives me shit for it. And then my dad definitely gives me shit for it.
So you're a Generation Z, right?
Yeah, technically, I think I'm like the first year. I was born in 97.
What's your impression of Generation Z?
Lost generation. I feel like we don't really stand for anything, but I also feel like we don't have the economic mobility that generations before us have had. So I feel like that's kind of stunting our collective growth.
Yeah. And how about what's your generation, Joe?
Millennial.
How about millennial? What's your impression of the millennials?
Millennials, I feel like they're kind of in the middle. They're like almost established, but they're kind of like Gen Z, so they're not so much as established. I don't know. I don't tend to look for millennials, I guess, for guidance, though. I look to their generation before, and I talk to, I guess, like my grandparents and get all my advice from the elders.
Yeah, very wise. Why do they call you Patriot J?
So that was just the name that I gave myself. I gave it to myself in the 2018 midterms. I felt like it was the perfect description of me. My name is Jordan, and I love the country.
Right on, man. And so you worked at the Capitol for a while?
Yeah, so I've worked in the Capitol 2 times. My first time I did an internship with former Representative Steve Knight. I was working in his office. And then most recently, last spring, I was working for Congressman Paul Gosar from Arizona's 4th District.
And so, are you out of school now? You graduated and all that?
No, I'll be graduating this May. I'm in my final semester.
And what's your major?
I'm getting my law degree.
Oh, you're going to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to be in politics?
I want to figure out a way to utilize my law degree in the political field. Right now, I kind of want to do some sort of constitutional litigation.
Amazing, man. How do you see, as a Generation Z, how do you see America overall and what's going on and all this stuff that's happening right now?
I feel like this moment in time is kind of almost radicalizing the generation to make them go even further left, you know, because there are, I feel like with all the economic shutdowns, the government is kind of forcing people to be more reliant on them. And I think the fact that young people coming up, this might be all that we know, it's probably going to drive them further to suck on the tit of government.
Amazing. How did you avoid being brainwashed? You're Generation Z, and a lot of Zs are being brainwashed. How did you avoid the brainwashing going through the educational system?
I guess I would have to say my father always kind of instilled in me the value of just seeing things on both perspectives. And I was able to go through school with kind of, I guess, an objective mind. And I was always open to new ideas. And I think a lot of people just aren't even open to hearing what the other side has to say because they've been so force-fed with propaganda for their entire lives, pretty much demonizing the other side.
Yeah. You're right about that. When so you're a Christian, I read?
Yeah.
And what does it mean to be a Christian?
I wake up every day and try to live my life as Jesus would, and I just want to be the best man of God as possible.
Have you noticed that Christianity is under attack? They're trying to get rid of it?
Yeah, definitely. And I can totally see it. They're going to cancel the Bible within the next 5 years.
That's amazing, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. And I can't fathom the fact that we're even at this point where, like, this is supposed to be a Christian nation, and here we are under attack in our own nation.
I know, it's mind blowing. Does that? You mentioned the word cancel, and I read that you were canceled. What was that all about?
Yeah. So last summer, during the peak BLM George Floyd era, I was on Twitter. I made a couple jokes about Black Lives Matter. I said, I'm going to change my Venmo handle to BLM Defense Fund and get some donations popping. And then the next tweet, I said, please, my friends collecting supplies for Black Lives Matter, donate. And it was like a screenshot of my Venmo. Some girl who I knew from my hometown, I guess she's a white girl too. The funniest part, I guess she was offended by that. She emailed my tweets to my school and the California bar admissions, basically saying that lawyers shouldn't think like this. And I'm actively perpetrating fraud and I'm leading people against the Black Lives Matter movement.
Wow. And so they just repudiated you, but they didn't prevent you from taking the bar exam and all that.
Yeah.
Right?
Thankfully, I didn't get admonished from either the school, and I haven't heard anything from the bar. I've got a pretty good relationship with all the higher people in my school. So when that happened, I reached out to them. I said, hey, I'm being canceled by some angry leftists pretty much. And they were receptive and they understood. Good, man.
You don't have fear in standing up for what is right.
No, I feel like it's what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like that's where I get my purpose from, just waking up and knowing that I'm fighting for what I believe in and that I think I'm going to be on the right side of history.
How about your black friends? Are they all conservative? Are they liberals, or have they turned on you at all?
No, I feel like I haven't lost any close friends because my real friends understand me and my real friends don't judge me based off my political beliefs. I have had a few falling outs, but I wouldn't consider them like true friends.
There you go. So being a Z, what is it like being so outspoken? You're a Christian, you're young, you're black. What is it like being so outspoken today?
It's fun, because I always feel eventually vindicated because years down the line, people will message me and they'll be like, hey, we used to argue on Twitter a lot, but now I see you were right. Or, hey, I used to hate Donald Trump, but now I understand it was the media. And so whenever I always ask them, like, what was the factor? How did you come to this? And they say, oh, I did my own research. And so just knowing that I'm able to kind of put these little droplets in people's minds and have it in the back of their mind, that makes me feel proud for what I'm doing.
Right on. The Pew is reporting that Generation Z is the most open generation to have an unconventional marriage, open relationships, LGBT marriages. Many believe they will meet the one through online dating. Are you open to all that stuff?
Me personally, no. I want to have a strong family, only get married one time, raise those kids.
And so have you noticed that a lot of Z's, if not most, believe in open relationships and all that stuff?
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that trend.
That's amazing. And where did that come from?
I don't know. I would put it maybe on, I guess I feel like just the people who raised us, because a lot of the people I know didn't come from strong homes. And when you're only influenced by brokenness for your entire life, it makes sense that that's how you would progress as an adult and as you mature and develop into your own relationships.
What do you think about black people thinking that white people are superior to them? They call white people, what do you call white people? White supremacy. Most blacks, not all, of course, but most black people.
I make sure for that last caller, not all blacks.
Yeah, but most black people think that white people are superior. They always say, white superiority, white this and white that. What do you think about the fact that most black people feel that they are inferior and white people are superior to them?
I feel like it's just the result of decades-long propaganda. I personally don't believe that, and that's why I don't believe in white supremacy, because I feel like it implies black inferiority, and that means that you can't get up without the help of the white man, and that's just something that isn't resonating with me. You know, I've been able to do all these things. I've been blessed to live the life that I have, and I haven't ever been stopped by a white man, you know, and I think if I was ever to tell myself, oh, I can't do that because the white man's going to have it easier, then I wouldn't have done it. I think a lot of our problems can kind of be solved with just self-reflection.
That's amazing, man. And so last but not least, you're a hip hop artist?
Yes, sir.
And what is a hip hop artist for old man like me? What is that?
I'm a rapper, you know. I like to put words together and make them rhyme.
Really? And are you able to do one right now?
Yeah, I could do a rap right now.
You give me just a little flavor of what you do.
Okay. Always been a victor, like it was my name. Always been a winner. I'm not no John McCain. Talking to the mirror, I told myself I'm great. Slavery or mindset, I think that's just a shame. What a shame, that's so lame. Got oppression on your brain. You keep telling yourself that you ain't gonna make it, then you claim that it's white folks' fault, but really it's some self-inflicted pain. Mental makes the game, but maybe I'm insane.
Nice. Amazing.
Thank you.
Very nice, man.
Appreciate that.
Joel, you have more competition. What's up?
I see that.
You know who Joel is?
No.
He black.
I'm the other Patriot J. No,
all right, bet. It's not competition. It's all love. We can make something happen together.
Right on, man.
Joel is my audio engineer. He's also a rapper. He owns a dance company called The Gifted of Dance.
Nice.
The Gifted of Dance. Hey, he black. He's 30% white, though. Do you have any white in you?
Not to my knowledge. I'm 100% black as far as I'm concerned.
Amazing. It's good to meet you, man, Patriot J. And I really, really wish you well. You sound like a good example of what we need. And Lord, I know we need young people to be examples for the good. And I know many of them are brainwashed. So I'm glad you have avoided that.
Yes, sir.
And is there any information you want to give out? How can the people reach you? How can they listen to you?
I'm most active on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Sir Hottest. I dropped an album, the Patriot J LP. You can listen to that everywhere you listen to music. Just search up Patriot J. And my website's patriotj2024.com.
Amazing. God bless you, man, and we'll have you on again. I wish you well.
Awesome. Thank you, Jesse.
I'm glad you're out there doing what you're doing. Really,
Yep,
I
doing
really
the
am.
Lord's work. Just gotta keep doing it.
And God is with you. Don't ever let anyone tell you any differently, and you'll be amazed at what's happening, what will happen through you.
Amen, Jesse. Thank you for your kind words.
All right. God bless you, buddy. Amazing. Patriot J, 23 years old, 23-year-old law student, political operative, and a hip-hop artist. Amazing.